Evening, y'all. G Prepper here. I was talking about something. Uh, we're talking about food and how we currently live and other stuff. So, with food, how do we eat right now? Most of the time, that means we're going to a grocery store. We don't. Most of us don't homestead. All right. So, and then how have we eaten in the past? If you look back at in the 70s, the Little House on the Prairie, where it depicted homesteads. That's how the entirety of America used to live. They used to go to town for things that they could not either grow, build, or grow or build themselves. Right? Uh, and even back then, towns were uh, cesspools. So and they've only gotten larger, bigger, and more larger and worse. So how we used to eat was homesteading. And then the question you have to ask is, how are we going to eat? Those of us who are left over afterwards. You need to really start thinking about that. You need to pick up homesteading and bushcrafting. Uh, Anything you can learn now that you're not required to learn under duress or stress, it will be much better. All right. Nothing like trying to grow a crop or something and then have half of it or all of it die. Right? Because that happens. There's a reason canning was invented. All right. Let's talk about living. How do we live right now? I would say about 70% of America lives in cities, 30% is rural. How have we lived? Back in the day, it used to be the other way around, probably 70%. And give me a second, I got a dog wanting to come here. Stinky. Hopefully, I didn't make you sick. All right, looking at the fan. All right, so we used to pick up. How do we live? 70% cities, 30% in the country. All right, there's a reason people from the country don't like people from the city, and the people from the city look at the country people and what the fuck's wrong with you? All right, they don't really mix too well. And how have we lived? It used to be 70% in the country and 30% in the cities. So it's a self-inflicted sucking chest wound because country living is tough. You know, there's things that happen in the country that you know people rub dirt on and go on about their business. Short of a snake bite or something serious, they don't go to the hospital. So in the city, every little fucking cut, scrape, or sniffle, they're running to the fucking emergency room. Right? So how we used to live was 70% in the country and 30% in the city. And then what you have to ask yourself is how are you going to live after whatever is coming gets here. And then if you're one of the ones that's left over, uh, you know, you remember during the Depression, people in the country had food because they had the skills. They could grow most of their food. The homesteaders had fucking chickens, goats, and pigs, and fucking cows, so they had meat. All right. There's a whole slew of skills that go with that you know nobody's born with anymore except for the country folks. But a lot of them, they don't like the lifestyle, so they move to the city because they don't want nothing to do with it. And then, so over the last probably 70 years, slowly but surely, country people have been moving to the city for whatever reason. And over that amount of time, many, many, many people have lost their way when it comes to food and living. So just keep that in mind. Because whatever's coming ain't going to be good. It's going to get ugly. All right. So information is knowledge and power. Live a little, prep a lot. Share the love when you can. Keep prepper out.